Today we were discussing about the decision tree, classifier, regressor, entropy, and Guinea, like how does that work? That's something we were discussing about. Now, today we'll be more focusing on that how we can work on feature engineering. So feature engineering is more about how the data initially which we have. This particular data may not be feasible or good enough for processing purpose. Like directly, we cannot pass this data to our algorithm or to our machine learning models. So in this particular case, we require to handle the missing values. We require to encode the categorical variables and certain feature engineering techniques like we need to scale them, we need normalization. So let us try to discuss these techniques and understand how these actually work. So let me take collab and some data sets we will take. So yes, so I'll create a new notebook over here. Okay, a new notebook is being created. Okay, fine. So let us take some data set for these. So as I told, Kaggle is a good platform where we can get all different types of data sets. So we can make use of Kaggle and we can identify some data sets. So here we will identify data sets for MI SSI missing value. And rather than that, I will just take data pre-processing. So if we take something under data pre-processing challenge, so this is going to give us something which is very useful. And here you can see, I'll create a replica of this data pre-processing challenge, and uh, yeah, so let it get created. So what are the different techniques? So first and the basic one is like after we are done with the EA part. So the second thing we need to do is the pre-processing part. That is the second thing we need to do. Your notebook is now running in the cloud. Enter some code at the bottom of this console and press enter. So do we need this? I don't think we need this as of now. So yeah, so it takes data from GitHub, Titanic data sets. Yeah, so data pre-processing challenge. Let us try to explore this particular notebook, and I'll keep on telling you the concepts as well. So initially, like when we are beginning, there is a dummy uncleaned sample data. You are required to do stepwise data pre-processing. So initially, we are importing the library, that is import pandas as PD, and then df is equal to pd dot read csv. And here you can see we have this data set coming from GitHub. So let us see whether we are able to get that data set or not. So yes, we are able to get this particular data set. And in the data set, we are able to see that it is having the column names and the column names are, you can see, they are taken as, so column names we can see they are taken as a row only. So whether it is handled or not. Okay, so this is a there is a basically challenge. So this challenge we need to solve. So yes, we will solve this particular challenge, no problem. Now, in this challenge, the first thing, so unclean data is there. First thing we can see that we have these columns here. So what I will do is here I'll just put a comma and I will write HEADR header is equal to TRUE true. So I'll just write header is equal to true, and this should actually help us to. Uh, so it says use header none or int list like okay. So yes, so header is a different parameter. So here we will be using the index column read CSV file path. Okay, mapping. The file path, read CSV, delimiter, lib, literal, use calls, okay, skip rows, callable, yes. Yes. So in case of header, we need to give the whole list. Yeah, so here I need to bring in something that I'm not remembering. So I'll just try to get this whole over here and so that I can get better suggestions. So I'll be getting this here. Okay. So now, okay. So which options am I going to get? Not separator. Let me just do df is equal to pd dot read read csv, and under this, hmm, yeah. So let me now just execute this much and df dot head head. Header is equal to. So normally we write none when we do not have header, but in this case, okay, yeah. So it has taken. So what I will have to do is separately I'll have to deal with this. Okay, no problem. So in this particular case, let us do one thing. We will have only the df and dot ilog, and then inside it, okay, we need to have, let's say, only first. Yeah, this brings, okay, so zeroth I need to bring. So zeroth row I'll be bringing, yes. And let me just check if I can convert this into a list to underscore list. Yes, so I would like to convert this as a list, and yes, it has become a list. And then this I would like to make this list I would like to make as a header. So yes, so df dot columns columns. Okay, df dot columns. So I'll be putting it as this. Now df dot head, you can see. So under df dot head, we are getting these as, okay, fine. Now I would like to drop this particular row. So how can I do that? Df dot drop, and yes. So which one row I would like to drop? So df dot head, df dot drop 0 axis equal to 0. So it has dropped that particular row. Okay, so it's fine now. This has become NA, that's fine. It is name basically. It's not NAN. It should have been name ideally. So yeah, I should put it as name only. So for that again, I'll have to make a change. So for example, COL. So here I can write it as COL is equal to df dot columns to list, and 0, 1, 2, 3 COL call of 3. Okay, yeah, 0, 1, 2, 3. It should be name. So df dot columns columns is equal to col call df dot head. So this is how you can see the columns will get a proper name. So sn P class, survive, name, gender, family. Okay, so this is how we have got. Fine, so now what next? Next is let's go for finding the missing values. Okay, so this just we created the data frame. So the data frame is created successfully. Successfully. Now df dot is na. So we have is na function. So is na or is null. Then we have drop dot sum. So df dot is na dot sum. So if we see that like we have 257 values here, you can see 257 values as NA. Okay, so ethnic number families to fair embarked. This 257 is quite a big number. So if I try to check that df dot shape, so you can see that it is 1301. So 1301 total number of records are there, and based upon those total number of records, it is yeah. So it has become 257. 257 is quite a big number. Like that's about 12% or something. ठीक है, no problem. So now in case of missing values, what all can we do? So in case of missing values, one is remove the records. That's one thing. Second thing is what next? What else can we do? Substitute. So one is remove and one is substitute. Okay. In case of substitute also, yes. So in case of substitute also, you have options like you can go for mean, you can go for median, you can go for mode, you can go for some default value, you can have some custom formula. So that depends like what you want to actually put. It depends. So here you can see this drop na is one function which it is giving me as a suggestion. So df dot drop na. So if I write drop na in this particular case, drop na and so not drop na. And if I say access is equal to 0, so 0 access is for row and in place is equal to true. So those rows will be dropped. Okay, those rows will be dropped. But in place equal to true, I won't write it. So here access 0 means rows and in place is equal to true means it should become permanent. It should become permanent. Okay, so now here if you see, yes. So if I write drop na, access is equal to 1, in place is equal to true. So here access 1 means column and in place equal to true means it should become permanent. So I will not use in place equal to true, and just to show or demonstrate I'll do drop na and here I'll be writing access is equal to 0, but in place I'll not write as in place equal to true, that I won't write. So here you can see that we have 1000 38 rows and 10 columns. And if I do print df.shape. So in this particular case, you can see that we have 1300, 1, comma 10. So these many we have. So we have seen that it is dropping almost 200, not 200, yeah, 270 something. It is dropping, right? So here we are able to see that to approximately 200 records it has dropped because from 1300 it has become 1038. So this happened because access is equal to 0. But if you want कि वो column ही delete हो जाए, है ना? If you want that the column should get deleted, in that particular case, you will have to run it like df dot yeah, df dot drop, and here access is equal to 1. So here you will see that in this particular case it is going to be so 1301. So you can see that the number of rows remains same. Okay, I'll again show you df dot shape. So the number of rows they remain same, but the number of columns out of 10 only 5 remains here. Okay, so this is the difference which happens here. And now this is something we can do. Now, if we want to make a substitution, so we have different techniques of substitution. So I will do df dot fill na. So that is substitution, filling those particular values. So fill na with mean value we are planning to fill. So with mean values when we fill, so it says that can only concatenate string, not int to string. So that's a challenge we have. So no problem. This is a challenge we are getting. So what we will do, we will do df dot info, and we will try to check that what exactly is the data type of for all the columns which we have. So you can see that for all the columns, the data type is object. So if it is object for all the columns, then we need to have little change. The little change is that we need to make all of them as most of them as integer. So how can we do that? So it can be done again df dot head. Let us check integer float. Okay, which one should they be? So you can see that the serial number should be integer. The pre-class should be integer. Okay, so they should be integer. This is date. Okay, so let us have the functions to be used in order to transform them into different data type, so that we will have to do, and to each of them we'll have to convert into the respective data types. So let's do it. So here df dot, or I should write df of, first is sn, df of sn, okay, dot as type int 64. This will be okay. Okay, this is one way. Like if you want to do one column column at a time. So now if you see df dot info, you should be able to see that it has become integer. So this is integer. So we need to work for multiple, then df dot head, and then for multiple what we can do, like for p class, survive, for everything. So df is equal to df dot as type, and here under as type I'll be writing, putting a dictionary, and it is already made 64. Okay, then it is already made 64 and 64. So int 64, I'm making it again, or integer simply you can make, and then p class. So secondly, you have p classes p class and p class as again int 64. Then we will have survived. So survived also int 64. Then age int 64. Very good. Then next one is family. Family also int 64. Then pair. So pair would become float. Okay, it will become float. So player will become float, pair will become float, and embarked is okay. And date, yeah, anything is left. Only date is left. So as of now, let it be. So here you can see now df dot info. So another problem we have some special character. You can see this question mark is some special character. Asterisk is okay. So before we run this, we need to now work on so how to identify the special character that we need to identify. So I'll create a pattern, and pattern would be yes, R not A to Z, A to Z 0 to 9. Okay, this pattern I'll create. Yes, so here with the help of this pattern, special characters is equal to df dot. So df contains that pattern. So special character. So string contains pattern and is capital in our case. Print special characters. So here you can see that yes, the pattern I had written, it yes. So here we'll have to especially write for question mark. So let me go here. So we will have to remove it. For that separately, we will write a code so that we can remove. So df dot df is equal to df dot apply lambda. Okay. So here we will have if call dot d type is equal to object else call. Fine. So I'll just try it. Pattern is equal to, I'll just try with. So here pattern we will put as question mark and star. Okay. So this is the pattern, and we would like to have df, and let's say for yeah. Yeah, so in this case, it is not picking up that particular. Uh, yeah, it should have picked it up. Okay, so quick solution we'll get from, we'll quickly get a solution so that, we uh, are saved of time. Yeah, that's what. Nice. Now again, df dot is na. Yeah, so some more are there. But at least now I will try to do this part. For age, it is giving some issues. So we'll just remove age as of now. We'll just remove it and we'll see later what issues it is giving. For rest of them, we'll try to do. For family also, it is not able to do. Age family, not able to do. And for fair also, it is not able to do. So df.info, So you can see that for these three it has happened. Okay. Now df dot, but a couple of them still have some. Okay. Now I'll drop df dot drop na, and I am doing in place equal to true. Now df dot is na dot sum. So we do not have NAs now. Okay. So we do not have NAs. Fine. So what is the final shape? Final shape we have is this much. Okay, 10038. This is the final shape. Now it requires a lot of further, pre-processing. Yeah, so it requires further lot more things. So that we will cover like in the upcoming session, or I will do it and I will share this notebook with you so that you can follow. Fine. So I'm sharing this notebook right away. You can try using this. So in the classroom, I'm adding. Yes, class link I'll send. Yes, please join. Yeah. So just try, practice it today. Okay. And share in the classroom if you have any questions or something. Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah.